What's going on?
Right, here we are, first fight of the evening. Marshall Thompson training out of Evolve and Warrior Academy. And we have Dean Lavin out of wall-to-wall martial arts. Dean's a former amateur world champion kickboxer. Marshall likes to stand and bang, but we saw him finish in the last Shogun his opponent with a leg lock. So it wouldn't surprise me to see him take this fight to the ground again.
Well, this is going to be two really tall guys for 145, and you think they could probably put on a show standing up.
Yep, see Marshall already catching that leg. Oh,
wow,
nice.
Wow, Lavin found a home for that body kick. Thompson answered with some nice hands.
Didn't wait to feel each other out at all.
Nope, not necessary. We'll just go scrap, thank you.
There we go. Many people that were at the last Shogun thought Dean Lavin looked like Jesus. So, just cut the hair a little bit.
Dean Lavin said yesterday his strategy for weight cutting is to not gain any fat or muscle ever.
Yeah, you see Marshall's solid technique too. Dean throws a kick, he checks the kick and crushes him with a right hand.
Marshall's been training with a lot of high-level guys, like Ron Stallings, a guy who just came off the Challenger Series at Showtime. I mean, he's from a good gym, and Dean Lavin's just a tough guy. It's going to be an exciting fight here, and they're already making it a good scrap fest standing up. Wow.
Nice. Marshall puts his hands and feet together well, despite the fact that Dean primarily is a striker. Marshall very comfortable on his feet with him.
Wow, Dean Lavin found a home for that leg kick on the inside.
Leg kick. Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
I like how he goes down and up with it. Sign of experience as a striker.
And slips.
Bad news right there.
Oh, man.
Bad news.
And finds himself in side here.
Marshall didn't waste no time. Right to half guard, passes right to cross side. Dean needs to get rid of that head and get his knees back inside and get in guard.
You know, something people talk about all the time. You don't want to hold a guy to you when he's on top of you in side control or half guard. You want to get him away so that you can figure out what you're going to do.
Yeah, especially in a grappling game without the gi. You know, classic Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you have some handles with the uniform or the gi. You know, here, you need your pressure to keep him, to keep you tight and to control your opponent. And by reaching up and holding your opponent, you're actually helping him control you.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dean Lavin doing that now by holding Thompson's shoulder close to him. Thompson's doing a good job of working a couple knees into the body from here.
Yeah, Marshall's grappling and his striking are on point. You know, the dude's very tough fighter, very well-rounded. I like what I'm seeing. You know, what I'm seeing out of Dean right now is a guy who on the ground is looking to hold on and hope for help from the referee to stand you up.
Yep.
You know, versus getting that knee back inside and working guard. So.
And if I'm not mistaken, Thompson fought at 35 on the last Shogun card and moved up, and he looks even bigger on this card at 45.
Yeah.
I mean, already a big guy making weight at 35. This guy could really do something at 45. He's very big and very talented.
Yeah, he's impressive.
Ooh.
Nice. I don't see many mouthpieces get knocked out on the mat.
On the mat.
Hooks. Nice, right to the mount.
Lavin turned his hips away. Thompson took advantage of that by timing it down. You see Marshall Thompson walking that hand up.
I like that. That's something I do myself.
Some nice technical grappling here by Marshall Thompson. Keeping Dean Lavin. Lavin trying to buck. Thompson's hips are square right there.
He's trying to free that head. Marshall's trying to posture up so that he can actually get something on these punches. You know, wisely while Dean's controlling his head, you see him working the body.
And Dean Lavin really does look like at this point he's just trying to get a stand-up here so he can work some of that stand-up where he was finding a home for those kicks. Thompson's got great hips, though. Standing on top, gets the back.
Nice and tight. I mean, honestly, so far with Marshall, I got to admit, everything's pretty well textbook.
And gets Lavin's back, and now he's looking for this rear naked choke. He's got that hand behind the shoulder. Oh, he caps it off right here. This could be bad for Dean Lavin.
Yeah.
He's got to fight that hand.
He's pulling on the wrong hand, Dean.
And taps.
He was pulling on the hand that was on top. He pulled on the hand that was wrapped up in the elbow there, and, to no avail.
Well, that's the second time we've seen Dean Lavin fall to that rear naked choke here at Shogun. He's got great stand-up. He's got to start working that defense.
Yeah, sloppy strike there. Put himself on the ground. You know, Marshall capitalized right away. You know, knew that Dean was more comfortable standing. Took it to the ground, to cross side, to mount. Now just kind of beating him up a little bit and softening him up, trying to get him to turn over. And once he turns over, Marshall does what any good jiu-jitsu guy does. Flattens out his opponent and finishes him.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee stops this bout in the first round. Your winner by way of rear naked choke, the Unknown Warrior, a minute now. Second Shogun submission win in a row. Talk to us about your preparation for this battle.
Believe it or not, I was a lot of anxiety last night because I didn't have a typical fight camp. I didn't really have a fight camp. So I was just training sparring. My man Ron here last night told me that the guy's a southpaw. I didn't know it. My inside leg been killing me. The last couple weeks, I'm like, oh my goodness.
Well, you know, Marshall, with 2 submissions in a row, I'm sure you're not going to stay unknown for much longer. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Marshall, the Unknown Warrior Thompson.
This portion of Shogun Fights is brought to you by the United States Marines and by